Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Brahmaloka Tarot. I'm Lauren, and today's pick a card reading is called The Light versus the Noise. A message for all my empaths, intuitives, and light workers out there, even the shadow workers out there, all of you who are oracles, who have been stepping into their power recently. Lately, the energy on the planet has been intense. There's information overload, emotional static, spiritual fatigue. You can feel it. But underneath all of that noise, your inner light is steady and strong. Okay, so let's take a deep breath together before we get started. We'll do the 639 breathing. So if any of you guys are coming back, you know what that means. It means breathing in through the nose for 6 breaths, holding at the top of the breath for 3 seconds, and then releasing the breath through the mouth for 9 seconds. Okay, and we'll do this together, or 9 counts, I should say. It's not total 9 seconds, but yeah, let's do that together. And then we'll take a look at the cards in front of us here. So breathe everything out of the lungs. And breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold at the top. 1, 2, 3. And then release through the mouth. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. And just shake it off, breathe it out. This helps us to align to the energy together as a collective at Brahmaloka Tarot. Let's take a look at your cards here. We have 3 piles to choose from, and each pile has its own tarot deck. And I do have the oracle cards prepared in advance. You don't see it underneath of these today because they're a little bulky, but I will show those in a little bit, obviously. Pile number 1 is this pile number 2 is this pile, and pile number 3 is this pile. Pile number 1, this is your significator card with I am loved, I am love, throat chakra, and the number 66. That is with this beautiful Lapis Lazuli stone crystal. And pile number 2 is this card. I am loved, I am love, heart chakra, and the number 65. By the way, these were shuffled and they were pulled out. They were actually throwing themselves at me. So these, the throat chakra and the heart chakra, and actually the third one as well, all were pulled anonymously. Like there is no way that I could have, done this. 66, 65, and 64. So this second one with the heart chakra has this beautiful what is it? The ruby and zoicite crystal. The ruby and the rough. A rough ruby. Okay. And then pile number 3 has this card. I am loved, I am love, solar plexus chakra with the number 64. It truly is amazing how I shuffled all this and these 3 came out. And that's with this jade frog. Sculpture of a jade frog here. Cute. So I'll give you a minute or so to choose your pile or piles, and then go down to the comment section. There's a pinned comment, the comments section, or you could go to the description box, and there you'll find the timestamps for your readings. And I will see you in your separate readings. Hi, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. This reading is called The Light versus the Noise, a message for all the empaths, intuitives, and light workers out there. So if you chose this pile, then this is your significator card. I am loved, I am love, and the throat chakra with the number 66. Oh, hold on one second. I forgot to go grab your pile over there of oracle cards. Okay. And your stone crystal is the Lapis Lazuli crystal, as you can see here. So I'll put this off to the side, the number 66, I am loved, I am love, and the throat chakra. I will get back to that in just a few minutes here, but before doing so, I've got some channeled messages for each and every pile. So I'll start with the channeled messages for your group, and then we'll dive into the tarot cards, then the oracle cards. Okay, pile one. And I see, hear, feel, sense, know, and intuit the guidance and the channeled messages. When I do automatic writing, it just comes out. So this is kind of some of it as my thoughts, and also some of it as the channeled messages that do come through. Okay. So this says, aligning to truth, soul level activation. I see cells within the body becoming conscious and restructuring, reorganizing in ways that make the body and the mind more efficient. From a DNA level, quantum levels even, there's huge shifts occurring. Epigenetics may be of importance to you. I wrote that down. A new version of human, an awakened self. I see the movie Transformers in my third eye, and AI is assisting the world right now through rapid shifts. Timeline jumping, robotics, and AI are an extension of the self. We need to drop the old act. We need to embrace change. This is beyond the level of humanity. It is all beings. I see a large circle of light workers, shadow workers, intuitives, oracles, mystics, and misfits, those who work inside the system and outside of it too. They're locking arms together, or locking together somehow, linking together to form a vast circle of golden white healing light across the globe. Then Michael Jackson's songs came through. The first one is We Are the World, and Earth Song is the second one. So you can look those up if you're in pile one. Go on YouTube and look those up and listen to them because they're of importance to you. And joining together in music and magic, reversal of damage done. So this is what's happening with this whole golden white healing light. We're joining together in music and magic. There's a reversal of damage done, making it right, sharing truth and love. There's a visual of whales in the ocean that came through for pile one. You are the magic as well. That came through big time. I heard that. And don't let the doomsday storytellers drag you into the side of fear. Fear not. Let that old, outdated story go. Start telling stories of your own personal triumphs, the little wins every day, gratitude for the little things, because otherwise, misery loves company and the news and media will pull you down. And social media. The world is not perfect, obviously. I wrote that down. The world is not perfect, obviously, but don't add to the misery with more misery. There's enough of that. Change your story. So that was the biggest, wake up, I guess, or biggest part of that whole storyline is change your story, right? Okay, so let's take a look at your cards now. We'll do some tarot cards. And again, we're looking at the light versus the noise. This is a message for all of you who have been affected by, I would consider it a little bit of like psychological warfare, spiritual warfare. And ultimately, because we are all one, it's just the battle between the ego self and the ultimate reality self, or that the highest level of truth. So there's a battle between the upper and the lower. You can talk about like heaven and hell, or the demons versus the angels, or whatever you want to say, but we are beings of light who are living in a pretty dense world right now, and that is the harsh reality of it all. And we feel it on a cellular level. So therefore, at a cellular level is where we need to heal. Okay, so that being said, let's see. Ooh, you got 3 cards all at once here. Let's see what these are. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Earth, or the Knight of Pentacles, with the panda. No, this isn't a panda. What am I saying? This is a koala bear. Of course, I know koalas. Dedicated, diligent, and methodical. Okay. Then we have the Star with a hummingbird. Purpose, inspiration, and healing. And the Two of Earth, the Two of Pentacles, with balance, adaptable, and multitasking. Okay. And I normally don't do this, but because I really love these cards so much, and I usually like to look at what the authors talk about with these cards, the idea right now is with the Knight of Pentacles, the Star, and the Two of Pentacles, there's a rebalancing happening, and definitely more long, steady, sustainable progress being made. And it's like we're bringing in the light, the star. You guys are the star, bringing in the purpose, the inspiration, the healing to the earth. And it's funny because the Two of Earth came out and I just said to the earth. The number 2 coming through as well. So we're going to just look at, so Knight of Earth. These are really short and everything, but this says slow and steady wins the race. Intentional, detail-oriented action, slow but effective. So the koala moves slowly. Every step, every choice is intentional. The message for the koala is to take your time. If you're feeling stress or anxiety, there's a sign you need to take a break. Find some stillness, rest, and reset. Relax into the moment at hand and listen to what your body and the earth are sharing with you. Yeah, this is humanity, greater than humanity, is what the channeled messages said. I'm having some trouble speaking. Interestingly enough, we're talking about the throat chakra, and the throat chakra is about speaking your truth and speaking in an authentic manner and aligning to that truth. So that's also coming through as like this slow, steady progress being made through speaking your truth again and again and again and again, and rewriting your story. That which you want to see in the world is what you say. That which you want to see in the world is what you speak. That which you want to see in the world is what you communicate to others about. That's what your mission is right now, especially with that throat chakra coming through. Yeah, you guys are the creatives, the ones who can make it happen. You're the idealists, the ones who are healers, who are sensitive. Yeah, and who can be very maimed by the world as well with all of its craziness. But remember that misery doesn't equate you putting more misery into the world. There's enough of that. That's what it said in the channeled messages. So there's a chance for you right now to shift that narrative so that you can be that shining light. Don't dim your light. That's like something that's really coming through right now, is don't dim your light for anyone or anything. You're needed just as you are. Okay, and we're going to look at the star actually right now. So the major arcana, we're getting the number 17, wherever the heck that is here. There we go. The hummingbird, purpose, inspiration, and healing. You are awakening to the magic that you are. See? The star card is about coming out of the darkness and realizing that you are the light. Da da da. See? So the tower, which was the previous card, is the dark night of the soul, and the star is the transformation that follows. The medicine is the hummingbird. The hummingbird brings messages of joy and hope. If you're coming out of a dark time, it wants to inspire you to open your heart and trust that you deserve to experience love and happiness. Make a special wish and release it to the hummingbird, knowing that you will receive blessings from the universe. Isn't that so nice? Yeah, it goes right along with what I was saying anyhow in the beginning. I just like looking at these little blips of information in these guidebooks. Sometimes it's just nice to reacquaint myself with it. And I don't know, it's just nice for you guys to learn as well. So this is passion flower. This is the Two of Earth passion flower. I didn't know exactly what that was at first because a lot of times I see it more as like a blue or purple color, not the reddish color on this plant. But this one says you may be extra busy and handling many things at once, but you're able to manage the situation with grace. This card also represents the energy of feeling alive, joyful, and full of energy. Multiple opportunities may present themselves at once. And the medicine is this passion flower. It's used as a botanical treatment to ease stress, anxiety, and insomnia. It's for those who I call AAA popcorn brain kinds of people, the ones who have multiple businesses going on. They've got a lot going on in their minds. They're probably ADHD. They're always running around, always active, always doing something, and they can't turn themselves off. And they've got all these ideas and they want to do it, but they're like tiring themselves out. They're the ones who are like the CEOs that get like incredibly burned out. And there's a lot of CEOs out there who get incredibly burned out. I definitely know that. Okay. So it says, it's a message for balance. You may be skillful at managing the current complexity of your situation or life in general with ease, but make sure that you take time for deep breathing, grounding, and other self-care practices to balance the three most important aspects of the self: the body, mind, and spirit. Your harmony is the world's harmony. What a gift. And that goes back again to, treating yourself, because this whole message is in the greater scope of humanity. It's beyond humanity itself. So this message is coming to you because there is this concern out there, this like massive unrest and anxiety and chaos and upheaval right now. And it's up to us right now to like really be our authentic selves, to shine our lights in the way that we were meant to shine it and to not dim it anymore. We may have been cast aside or led astray over the years to think that we have to like fit into a certain mold, and it's being shattered right now. That paradigm is shifting. Okay. So we need you to arrive just as you are. All the imperfections, the perfectly imperfect parts of yourself that you were so worried that others would, laugh at you or shame you. Those are the parts that are really necessary in this world now. And we'll see why, because there's a lot of gifts that you hold and you're just holding to yourself in some ways. It feels like you're being asked to slowly move yourself out and shine like the star that you are. So we've got cultivate resilience, strengthen the container by healing the cracks. That is what we are doing anyhow. We're doing that through our healing work whatever that may be for you. If you are a massage therapist, an energy worker, a shaman, a practitioner of alternative therapies in any way, if you are a teacher or trainer, physician, nurse, um, anything in the healing arts, this is calling you, to cultivate that resilience, to yeah, we were talking about like the cellular level. At the cellular level, you are literally being realigned, reorganized, restructured right now. It says that in the channeled messages, in ways that make the body and mind more efficient. From a DNA level, quantum levels, there's huge shifts occurring. Look up epigenetics if you haven't done that at any point yet. So, cultivating resilience, this is what we're being asked to do. This is who we're meant to be. Our resilient species, ones who see and feel the weight of the world, but we don't allow that to let us get dimmed in any way. Okay, we've got Gemini with curiosity, the number 3. Number 3 is an expansion, expansiveness. What else am I hearing? I'm hearing like Three's Company. Okay, Three's Company, and then Gemini. So you may be a Gemini, or you may have that in your chart, in certain aspects of your chart. And I wouldn't be surprised if you are kind of like an intellectual, someone who likes to research, likes to study and investigate. You're definitely a investigative type. You're someone who likes to learn and constantly learn and grow. So this is something that is why you're a curious being. You're someone who definitely likes to move beyond what is known into the unknown. Okay. Let's see here. We've got the third eye chakra with the pineal perspective, number 8. So this is a nice blue color. You got a lot of blues and greens actually, and that's the color when we look at Earth from the solar, or from like the outer fields. If we're looking in on the Earth, this is what you look at. You see the blues and greens of Mother Earth. So the blue still connecting to the throat chakra, but also to the third eye chakra that is connected with your inner seeing, your inner knowledge, inner knowing, your truth, definitely being able to see the truth. Even if people don't speak it, you know it. You can also have the gift of foresight. You might be able to see things before they happen. You might have premonitions or dreams where all of a sudden, like it happens the next day or something like that. And you're wondering, how the heck do you do that? Well, your intuition is on point. You're awakening to a greater perspective, and this is decalcifying your pineal gland. There's the pineal gland is in your brain, deep in your brain, and it's like really important in the field of dream research and imagination and creativity. The pineal gland usually gets activated with certain substances too, like DMT. So, yeah, it's very interesting because it seems like your pineal gland is getting decalcified because over the years it might have not been like really utilized as much because we're told like logic is the way, but the pineal gland is truly the way we're going right now. And I'm sure that you've noticed that there's a lot of things awakening for you right now. And you may be like, what the heck? What's going on? You're not going crazy. It's just that the pineal gland is activating, and it's happening for a lot of us. Okay, we've got child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Again, going back to the self, you are enough. You are the one who needs to shine their light for others to follow. Because there are people who are wondering, what the heck is going on with them. And you're actually like further ahead right now. And that means that you can teach them how to do what you're doing. So you guys would be like really good teachers. It's okay to be a lifelong student. I'm a lifelong student, but it seems like you guys are stepping into the teacher role in some aspect, maybe just for one or two people in your life, but you are like a mentor. So shine that light of yours. Again, that's the biggest thing that you can do. Release the old stories, insert the new stories that you want to have happen, and shine that light of yours to everyone and everything in all situations. The initiation, rite of passage, crossing the thresholds. Yeah, see, there's lightning here. There's lightning strikes, and then out. It's very, very bleak. This looks really dark and gloomy outside here, and then you look through the arch, this stone archway, and you see this beautiful opening to an ocean, this aquamarine color and the purple color, so blue and purple. Rite of passage. So this is the rite of passage that's happening to you right now and for you. You are you're being tested likely and in big and small ways. I'm sure that you've been experiencing some extraordinary stuff, some weird stuff over the past couple of months. And I can tell you, even just from my own personal perspective, there's been a lot of massive shifts happening for people. And it's just like it's in your face to the point where you can't unsee the things that you're seeing. You just can't. You can't unsee the things that people are saying in between the lines. You can't unsee the visions that somehow come into your reality and play out. And so you have the gift of foresight. You can't unsee when someone's lying straight to your face. You can't unsee all the crazy stuff in the world, and you can't unsee the things that are the pain and the suffering. Of course you can't unsee that, right? You can't unsee any of that. So it means that now your paradigm has shifted. You have to move forward with this new knowledge. And what are you going to do with it, Embracing. With a big white bird here, and it looks kind of like either dusk or dawn. It might be dawn because the water is it's like a marsh where this bird is perched just inside the water marsh, and it's beautiful. This scene seems like the dark right before the dawn, or the little light right there is at dawn. There is a full moon here, so embracing. Is that word in, I think it was in here. Maybe. I thought I saw embracing somewhere. Oh, need to embrace change, need to drop the old act and need to embrace change. This is beyond the level of humanity. It's all beings. Yeah. We Are the World and Earth Song by Michael Jackson. You are the magic. Don't let doomsday storytellers drag you into the side of fear. Fear not. Let that old, outdated story go. Yeah. Start celebrating you. Let's see what this says. Release old patterns. No freaking way. Look at that. So we've got, I don't know what kind of, are these doves or, I don't know what kind of birds those are, but there's 3 birds in the air going above this kind of like a perfectly curated maze or something. It looks like an eclipse here, like a lunar or solar eclipse happening. 16, release old patterns. So number 16, when I think of that, I always think of the Tower card and the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. So this is the Tower moment, or something that was once obscured, now you see. You're seeing for what it is. And maybe you've been embracing the old patterns for far too long. So you're being asked to let go and embrace the new you, embrace change, embrace this Initiation. Yeah, because the initiation also has that feeling. This one is far brighter in color, but it feels the same. This energy is like the tower energy. Like really something is shifting within you at a cellular DNA level. You cannot unsee the things that you are seeing in this life. Become your own priority with number 13. Okay, so this looks like old ruins here, and there's some footprints, big, oh, mountain lion footprints. You couldn't even see the mountain lion at first in this picture, but there it is, kind of like watching you. Are you ready, like, to man up and go, woman up, and move on, move through this test? Because you are being tested right now. Absolutely. And that's okay. You're being asked to be your more authentic self. Stop hiding. Stop telling the old narrative. Stop saying, I'm to this, I'm to that. Like, no, you're not. You're just right. You are just right, my dear, my dears. Okay, so let's see. I think that's all I've got. I was going to maybe, oops, sorry, I'm like shifting the camera a little bit. I think that's all I'm gonna do for this group, just because I want to keep it under 30 minutes so I can move right along here. I hope that this really helps. Again, don't be afraid to be yourself now. Don't be afraid to shift your story. There is a huge cellular DNA activation right now and shift for you. So, prioritize yourself and make sure that you're taking care of yourself during this time. But this is a period of time when you'll feel, after this whole thing has gone through. You'll feel much more relieved and actually like really connected to not just yourself but to humanity as a whole, to all beings. And that's, I am grateful for all of these cards showing this to you. I am loved, I am love, the throat chakra. So thank you so much for tuning in today, to all those beautiful light workers out there and people who are doing the hard work and clearing away some of that energetic static and congestion. Thank you so much for what you do. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Go down to the comment section and let me know what resonated for you. And I think that's it. Thank you so much. Jai Ma. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. This reading is a pick a card about the light versus the noise. A message for all of the empaths, intuitives, light workers, shadow workers, oracles, all the people out there who have been doing their work and doing it either actively out in the world or silently, right, within your own homes. So thank you for being here with me today. Excuse me. If you chose this pile, then this is your card, your significator card, which is I am loved, I am love, and it's connected with the heart chakra, the number 65. There we go. Beautiful card. And it's so interesting that each pile I chose, from this deck, this, I forget what it's called, but, it's the Light Code Apothecary, right? So this comes from the Light Code Apothecary deck, and all the cards that were chosen today were the I am loved, I am love, and connected with a certain chakra. So that was really interesting because I shuffled it really well and still it was like, in sequence. So pile number 1 was the throat chakra with the number 66. This one's the heart chakra with 65. And then I think the solar plexus chakra is the chakra for pile 3. And it's 64. So anyhow, just interesting. So if you chose this pile, then you also got this ruby in the rough, the ruby and zoicite, one of my favorite stone crystals. Very beautiful. Yes, it's a little maimed. I think I dropped it or someone dropped it, and I was so sad when that happened, but it is what it is. Okay, so I've got some channeled messages for each and every pile. So we'll start with the channeled messages, and then we'll dive into the tarot cards, then the oracle cards. These are already prepared. Okay. Pile 2. And what I said in pile 1 is I see, hear, feel, sense, know, and intuit. The guidance and the channeled messages come through automatic writing for me. Sometimes I insert my thoughts into it, but I'll tell you that if that's the case. But otherwise, a lot of times it's just raw. It comes through just raw. Okay, so pile 2. It's simple. Do not overcomplicate it. Love is universal truth, and the truth is unconditional love. Ultimate reality is embodied through love. Love is all there is. Love is, ironically, what people seek outside themselves, and that doesn't lead to fulfillment. Finding radical acceptance and love within oneself leads to fulfillment. Love goes beyond pleasure and pain. One does not need to seek love. Love is already innately theirs. At this time, you're rapidly expanding your heart center. Like the Grinch who stole Christmas, his heart grew 3 sizes that day, the day that he awoken to the spirit behind the holiday of Christmas. Just referencing this, so this is my insert. I'm just referencing the Grinch who stole Christmas because it's to show that love and fulfillment do not come from outer sources, okay? A home, family, pets, plants, well-paying jobs, presents, spiritual abilities, games and entertainment, etc. It comes from you, okay? So this is back to what came through. It comes from you, from source within you, from the energetic center considered the heart center. I see visuals of 1990s nostalgia, a longing for home. There's visuals of teacups and tractors, like little girls' teacups and then little boy tractors. Nice smells of roses and cherry pie. That sounds nice. I also smell the pumpkin spice candles and freshly baked chocolate chip or oatmeal cookies. Both of them amazing, and the smell is amazing. And when I think about it now, I can smell it, just as if it were in the oven baking. And then I also heard snickerdoodle. So maybe snickerdoodle is your choice of cookie. Then I also saw people tap dancing, ballroom dancing. I saw salsa dancing. There was some celebration of good times. And it says, celebration of good times is near. Listen to your heart. Answer its call. Love is here to stay. And there was a certain level of exhaustion when I was going through this, like as I was writing this, the exhaustion was coming through. So a certain level of exhaustion is upon you, but don't quit before the miracle occurs. You're right there. Celebration, that song by Kool and the Gang, it's usually played in weddings, birthday parties, sporting events, etc. That's that celebration song. You should listen to that one because that's the song that came through for your group for this time. The last couple of videos that I've made, interestingly enough, there's been references to like pop culture references to certain songs, music, lyrics, media, and movies. And I'm not really sure why it's coming through that way, but maybe you guys understand those references that I'm speaking of. So that song, make sure to play it for yourself by Kool and the Gang. And it does say this marks a time of moving up, a celebration, and heart coherence. So that is the end of your channeled messages for your group, pile number 2. So let's take a look at your group's messages through the tarot. And again, this is about the light versus the noise. And I didn't want to say like, you know, when I was thinking of what I wanted to call this, the title today, I didn't want it to come across as like scary, spiritual warfare, but there is there's something that's going on. There's this uncertainty, this chaos, this confusion, angst. There's a lot of, weird stuff going on in the world, and I think all of us are kind of on edge. We're noticing that there is some sort of fight between like the heavier, darker forces and the lighter forces. So you can see that within yourself. You can see that with the world playing out, certain like the wars that are happening, just all the things that are happening. I don't want to get into it politically, but you know what I'm talking about. And it's just, pretty heavy. So I wanted to do this for us light workers, for us people who have been on the spiritual path or just awakening to their spirituality, and who are wanting to do good in this world, who want to see the world be a better place for their children and their grandchildren. That's where I'm coming from with this title, and I wanted to title it Light versus the Noise, because that's what it is. It's a lot of it is just noise. A lot of it is trying to throw us off track or bring us into the depths and despair of fear, and that's not a fun place to be, no matter where you are, what where you've come from, what you do. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Light versus the noise. What are the messages that want to come through for pile? Wow, for pile number 2. Let's see what this one was. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. And then we've got the King of Pentacles. That one flew out next. And then we've got the Lovers. The Lovers. If you want to see that one with scorpions in it. So what I did the last time, I really have been enjoying going into the books. What I'm looking at right now, so just from an intuitive notion and just reading the cards, 10 of Swords means that there's something that's ending. Like there's a ultimate betrayal or ultimate ending where it's like, okay, I'm done, I'm finished, done. Like the chapter, the book has closed, right? We've said that before in other videos. The book has closed. There's no way of going back, right? There's nothing that you can do to go back to the way things were. There's just no way. And the King of Pentacles is showing like that there's something that's coming out of this that's like very affluent, very like there's a layer or level of wealth and abundance that's coming through. So the King of Pentacles is stability, security, wealth, abundance, joy, fulfillment, and just it's like a level that we'd want to get to in life where all the good things are happening, right? It's very sacred, joy-filled, and it's here in the flesh and blood. Like it's not in the ethers. King of Pentacles is something that's like well established here in the here and now, as in physical health, as in your wealth, as in your finances, as in your housing and security, stuff like that. Yeah, it's in physical form. And then the Lovers card is a choice. So lovers can be connected to love specifically, but in this way, as you can see, there's 2 scorpions here, and then there's that I forget what that's called, the staff with the 2 snakes that are going up it. It's like the healing staff, but then there's this beautiful moon moth up there at the top. So this is obviously happening at nighttime. Scorpions come out at night. So there's something about healing nature of nighttime, but that's just from me, like looking at the pictures on the card. The Lovers is a choice. The Lovers is a choice, choosing love above fear. Love The Lovers above the Ten of Swords, fear or betrayal, you know? And we're talking about the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is all about opening yourself up to greater love, unconditional love, and acceptance of yourself. So I was going to look at the Guardian of the Night Tarot for the Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Lovers, though I don't really have to go really into it or anything. But I opened right up to Ten of Swords. It says, Ten of Swords brings an atmosphere that creates a feeling within that comes from being on the receiving end of an attack. You may feel as though someone is trying to push you out or take you over your rightful position, and as a result, you find yourself in a state of victimhood. The Ten of Swords may indicate an event in the near future that will result in suffering in the hands of someone who uses your weakness to their advantage to further their position. So it can be one that opens our eyes and allows us to reflect upon our role in the situation. Are we really the one who's being brushed aside, or are we playing the martyr's role? Right? So do you find yourself giving in to others' desires only to turn around and complain about how your needs are always second? Okay. So this is a warble right here. It's showing the warble, and this is showing progress, nurturing ideas, and expansion. The yellow warbler is often the victim of the imposing cowbird who sees an opportunity of passing off the job of parenthood. One time the warbler has learned, or over time, the warbler has learned to create a barrier of grass between the cowbird eggs and its own eggs to ensure that the cowbird does not hatch. The lesson we can learn from the warbler is how to deal with those who wish to take advantage of our good nature. This bird has mastered the art of creating boundaries. So yeah, learning from some of the harshest lessons in life, creating boundaries when we need them, right? Because you guys have a big, expansive heart no matter what. And I do think that maybe your heart was cracked wide open. I see this heart just cracking wide open here. The King of Pentacles, let's look at that one now. Again, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want to take a look at this. So the cow and cattle represents grace, nourishment, sacred guardianship, good fortune, and focus. When you see the world as a place of abundance with ever-expanding resources, you will feel the King of Pentacles, supportive energy, and you too will be financially free. So you let go of the idea of lack, you're generous, you release resources, because doing so opens the door to new opportunities that will help you generate more wealth. So there's a healthy flow of resources. When you focus on lack, you create a block, right? So that would be the opposite of what you guys got, because the King of Pentacles was upright for you. Let's see. Open the door for positive energy that comes from a generous spirit, as it holds the power to raise your vibration, and as a result, you will attract more opportunities for wealth and abundance to flow to you. So when you draw this, consider if you're stepping into help a situation, or offering your services and skills that help others to succeed, or are you holding back? Okay. Cows and cattle can see what is in front of them and what's behind them. Because of this, when you walk with a cow, not only will you gain a vision in the future, you'll remember your past. Yeah, that's so interesting. Because also in certain cultures, the cow is very sacred. Really, it's a beautiful being, and it's unfortunate that we've adulterated it so much in the United States. Burgers are everywhere, and I feel so bad. I do like a hamburger every once in a while, but it's like, oh God, these are such docile souls. you know how could I do that? But again, there's a reciprocity thing. So you just give thanks to the life that gave you the ability to continue your life. Yeah. Now the Lover's card. I went off tangent on that a little bit. So the Lover's card is, so it says the Scorpion is about protection, beliefs, passion, strong opinions. The Luna Moth is rebirth, renewal, change, and the soul. Okay, great. And it says, this person, I started, and who was this? MJ Cullinan. I started the Guardian of the Night just as school closed for the year due to the coronavirus. During this time, I was hypervigilant in making sure the only TV shows my child watched during the school day were nature on educational programming. This is when I discovered the awesomeness that is the Scorpion. Not only does their mating ritual begin with a dance, but some females they're also particularly critical of their dancing partner and will cut the night short by killing their date. This is one creature who knows what they like and don't like and isn't afraid of expressing herself. Scorpions are self-reliant and independent. They also bring passion and danger to a relationship. Scorpions have a strong intuition, and being so close to the ground, they are firmly centered. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was going to say lepers. What the heck? So traditionally, the lovers represents a union of two forces, a relationship that creates strength and passion when forged. However, you are not asked to release your beliefs or conform to another's preferences completely. Harmony is achieved when the lovers work together, when they allow some give and take to pull out the best from one another, much like a dance. Okay, so that's beautiful. What is your passion? This is to do with relationships, but it's also about choice. Like in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, it's about choosing. Yeah. And so I still hold to it that this all means that you've kind of gotten to the point where you're done. A certain situation is over, and you're leaving it so that you can step into this King of Pentacles energy, or you may even meet a King of Pentacles, someone who can help you with your resources or who provides a flow of resources to you. And then the Lover's card, again, really taking that step, that directive to always choose love and above. Always. Okay, let's see what your other cards are, because we've got a whole bunch of them, and I know that we're like already 19 minutes in. Sorry, guys. I went on a tangent. Soul Whispers. Listen to your guiding soul to activate more messages. The number 56. Oh. Your soul is whispering. Are you hearing it? And didn't it say in pile 2 the channeled messages? Love is here to stay. Wait. Listen to your heart. Answer its call. Love is here to stay. So your soul is whispering to you. Have you answered its call? Sagittarius with joy, the number 9. And the 9th house, or I guess like this doesn't really relate to the houses, but I'm seeing like the 9th house for you too, which is a house of expansion, spiritual growth, of attainment of something, of education and learning. You may be a Sagittarius or a fire sign. And I just got a really, really high buzzing sound in my right ear after saying that. So that might have been true for some of you guys. Maybe you're a Sagittarius. I'm a Sun Sag. Okay, we've got the stars with hope. And this one is interesting because the woman here is looking out at a group of, it looks like group of stars, but you can see that she's also wearing this gold dress and she's wearing a tiara. So it's almost as if she's on stage and she's, celebrating something, and there's a whole bunch of people who are celebrating her as well. This is the number 44. So I do think it's connected to angelic presence of the your guidance, as in your guides. So there is, and some of your guides are from the star systems, and you may be from a different star system. If you believe in that, for sure, you may be a starseed. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. I got to kind of like move this a little. Yeah, oh goodness. I did not mean to do that, but whatever. I'm going to just do that. We're going to get a little bit more room if I do this here. Just move it all. Okay, kind of. Okay, there we go. So let's see your other cards here. Radical expansion. Yeah, radical expansion. This is beautiful. I love this card. Number 40. You may be around 40 years old, or 40 might be a number, but you got 4-4 and then 4-0 here. So this is like a beautiful, I mean, this card I just absolutely love because of the colors. I don't even know what this thing is. Dragon, snake, winged snake dragon thingy. But radical expansion, if we're talking about like what just happened to you, your heart, and then the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the heart growing 3 times its size within a day, I'm thinking that this is happening with you, your expansion. You're expanding your heart center so much, and you're feeling it so much that you almost have to like bring yourself back a little bit so that you can create your boundaries, right? So that you're not just taking in everyone's suffering. Heart chakra again. Oh my God. Unfurling back to love, the number 5. Now this has a dragonfly here, and it's all this color of green. It's just beautiful. It's kind of like that lime green color. We've got sage green. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, 2 cards that I absolutely love, radical expansion and heart chakra. So your heart chakra is radically expanding right now as we're doing this video. Wow. Something. Star bathing. Wow, look at that. The stars and the star bathing. Light body, crystal grid, transmission and activation. So there is something within your star team, within the star system, something within you and yourself. It's not outside of you. Again, we're talking about the simplicity of it, right? Do not overcomplicate it. Love is universal truth, and the truth is unconditional love. Ultimate reality is embodied through love. Love is all there is. Love is ironically what people seek outside themselves. And that's what I was saying, because this is seeking, you're seeking fulfillment outside of yourself. Well, now is showing that like there's this radical heart chakra expansion right now, and you are noticing that you are everything and everything is you, and therefore you cannot hurt others, or you do unto others as you'd want to be done unto you, right? So it's like the golden rule. You're living by that, or you're noticing you have to live by that, because everything that you do is doing it to yourself. That's what I'm getting right now. Everything that you do is you're doing it to yourself. So why would you hurt yourself? The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. This is what I was talking about. Your heart was cracked open. Your heart was cracked open by some experience that was not fun. I'm talking about like someone who stabbed you in the back, maybe, getting let go at your job all of a sudden without like any inkling of why. Maybe something was unjust, like someone said something about you and it got turned into this huge thing, but it's actually a lie. Something like that. It's just like something so incredibly, ridiculously untrue that you just can't, you're done. That relationship is done, or, that situation is completely over. So that cracked you open. Your heart was cracked open so that the light could be let in. And then we've got fulfillment. Oh my God. And we had that in the channeled messages, that very word, fulfillment. And this is peach, like a peach tree. James and the giant peach is what I'm hearing. Huh. And then a full moon here again, another full moon, your intuition on point, opening up to the resources within yourself. You are all knowing, all seeing, omnipresent, omnipotent. I'm not saying that you're God, but you are an aspect of God. And therefore, treat yourself as such. Then intuitive journaling. Okay, so this is something that you can just do. either tonight or this is kind of something that I do all the time. So it's intuitive journaling. Start just writing what you see, hear, feel, sense, know, and into it. Go ahead and do that. It's going to bring some mighty, powerful, and potent information that's coming straight from your heart. This is a celebration because you are stepping into ultimate fulfillment here. And your mission is a spiritual one for sure, but you are ultimately aligning yourself to to the King of Pentacles energy. Like you are aligning yourself to health, wealth, status, reputation, stability, resources, the flow of resources. Like there's some good stuff coming around the corner for you. And this is huge. And it's because you were cracked wide open. So you may have felt like, yeah, well, oh, woe is me. Like, why did this happen to me? Well, it happened to you, not for you, or for you, not to you. Scratch that, reverse it. Okay, that's all I've got for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Go down to the comment section and let me know what resonated for you. And I love you always. Thank you so much. Jai Ma. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. This reading is called The Light versus the Noise, a message for all of the empaths, intuitives, and light workers out there today. And if you chose this pile, which I also, hold on one second, I gotta grab your oracle cards here. I've done that for 2 out of the 3 decks now. Okay, so if you chose this pile number 3, then this is your significator card. I am loved. I am love. Solar plexus chakra, the number 64. So any of those can be of significance to you, but if you are here today, then it is all around significant. Thank you for being here. And then right here is this beautiful jade crystal in the shape of a cute little frog. And I'm hoping that you're able to see all this. My light just decided to call it quits today, so I might be, it might be a little bit darker for your group versus the others because the sun is setting right now in the office, and I don't have like much light in the office because my light broke. So we're going to put this off to the side. I am so sorry if it's harder to see everything. I'm going to try and lighten it up in the background here. Okay, so this is in response to all the chaos and confusion. The reason why I wanted to do this video today is because I've just had this like real urge to really get out there. Like people are having these internal and external battles. A lot of people are coming into a knowing that we're like in this spiritual and psychological warfare. And I didn't want to call it that. I wanted to call it something else. So I said the light versus the noise. The noise being that just the background stuff, all the things that are going on that's like confusing us and causing chaos and disruption and disorder and discontent and dis-ease. Like all of that is just so much noise that we just forget who and what we truly are. And as light workers or as shadow workers, as people who do this work for either a living or you're just endowed with these gifts, it's hard to live in this world right now. So this is the reason why I did it, because I really think that we just need to like get back to the basics and really like encourage each other to do what we need to do for society, for ourselves first and foremost, but then for society and for the people around us who are also going through it. But we're the light that needs to like bring the light to the darkness, right? So this is the reason why I wanted to do this reading. because it's been on my mind a lot lately. So before I get into your tarot and oracle cards, which we will do, I do have channel messages for each and every pile. So I'll start with the channel messages, then get some tarot cards, and then the oracle cards. And I don't know if I'll get extra tarot cards yet at the end. I didn't do it for the others, so I likely won't. Maybe I will. I don't know. I can't say no. Pile 3. And these come through automatic writing. I do see, hear, feel, sense, know, and intuit the guidance, and it comes through in all different ways. So I'll just read it out, and yeah, we'll go from there. I see the number 23 in mind. Something about oxytocin, the hormone, the love hormone. I see a baby and a stork, like in Dumbo, the movie. I actually saw the movie Dumbo in my mind's eye, and the baby being the elephant with the large ears, they named Dumbo. I hear your ears are becoming extra sensitive to the noise, to the subtleties in voice patterns, and to communications across the veil and other timelines and dimensions. So mediumship and psychic development and all of that might be right up your alley. A massive transformation is at hand, and you're being asked to nurture yourself at this time. Love on yourself. You are worth it. I feel like you may have been told that you're weird, you're unusual, unique, or strange. I see music being a big part of your life, and there was like these visuals of musical notes, a treble staff, and rainbow grids. Rainbow staffs actually and grids shown in the third eye when I was seeing it earlier when I was writing it out. I also heard just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not there. And I heard it like 3 times. Just because you don't see something doesn't mean it's not there. I also saw elves and fairies that came to the forefront when it was being said. So maybe it's the elves and fairies. That of the imagination, the things that us as little kids would be like, well, duh, it's real. But us as adults are like, nah, it's not real. Then I saw a head of gray hairs. Some were more sparse, and some people were more endowed with this silvery hair look. I did feel this body exhaustion that was overcoming me as I sat for this meditation and wrote out the this page. So I was feeling, as I write this, I'm feeling truly tired, wanting to give in to the body's demands, sleep and protein. And then it goes, feeling the need for full spectrum amino acids in the diet you can get from various food sources. Number 1 is meat. Number 2, fish, eggs, dairy, tofu and tempeh, and soy. And then also you can get it, if you're a vegetarian, you can get it through quinoa, chia seeds, buckwheat, from what I recall in my nursing and in my own studies. So whether you're vegetarian or not, one can get all of the 9 essential amino acids in dietary form. Avoid sugar like the plague in the next weeks to come. It's really important that you avoid all sugar, or as much as you can. And then it says your gut needs help. Your diet needs another look. Energy blockages too in the solar plexus is likely, and or congestion in that area. Treat yourself. All is well in your world. So this is all about treating yourself. And the third chakra is a very dense chakra actually for a lot of us. And I notice, like, when I do energy work on any of my clients, I go to the third chakra quite often. That solar plexus just gets congested so often. There's just so much that we absorb in that area. It can also get really depleted because that's where cords kind of get attached. Like if you have an unhealthy attachment to certain people or habits, like that's where it attaches to. So I gotta usually like pull out cords and clear those areas and do my own work on myself there a lot of times because of some of my past history and all that. So yeah, so you may be experiencing some gut imbalance right now. You may be experiencing a lot of like frustrations with your diet and noticing you need to change things up because you're just feeling unwell or feeling like something's a little off. So if that's the case, it might not be for you. So if it's not, then don't worry about it. But if it is, then, start looking into it. Start looking into getting more protein and reducing or completely eliminating sugars, at least like the extra sugars that you put into foods, right? You can do that at least. So there's some real practical stuff that's coming through for your group so far. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. And again, we're looking at the light versus the noise, us as light workers versus the noise, which can be pretty dense, confusing, chaotic energies. So, and very disruptive. So we're looking at like what the message is for us intuitives out there. Okay. The Oracle of Pentacles. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And we got the Sun. Wow. And then on the bottom, I just decided to look on the bottom, and it's Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Okay. I'll be looking at the book for these just because I've been doing that for the other groups. And I only say this because like I enjoy looking at what kind of just going back to the basics and looking at what the authors talk about with these cards. But intuitively and just reading the cards, the Oracle of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Nine of Wands. So Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very nurturing, nourishing. They nurture themselves and others. They're like the motherly type. There's someone who really knows how to ground herself and ground in her own needs. She definitely takes care of herself, but she's like one of those just genuinely wonderful people to be around because she's the one who says, "Oh, honey, are you hungry? Here, have a little bit of this and that," So you're doing that for others just as much as you're being asked to do that for yourself. And then the Sun is always like just one of the brightest, most benevolent and wonderful cards in the deck. It's a major arcana card, and here there's actually a unicorn. The Sun has, there's a unicorn in the center. There's a central sun right there. There's a lot of sunflowers in the background, daisies and marigolds, and I don't know what else. Yeah, and then it's just a beautiful scene, right? The Queen of Pentacles actually looks like a queen bee, or I don't know what that thing is. It's a blob, but there's a whole bunch of bees, beehive, honey, all of that. So the Sun is talking about like illumination, something that you're being enlightened about, or maybe it's just something that's come out into the open, or you're finally becoming aware of what needs to be done in a situation. It is a highly positive card, okay? And then the Nine of Wands showing a porcupine here, and the Nine of Wands represents the wounded warrior, someone who's been through it, who's been through the thick and the thin, and is still standing, and somehow, has created its own barriers, has created thick skin or spines, just like the porcupine here. So this person is definitely someone who's a warrior, and it aligns with Chiron, the kind of like the wounded warrior in the spiritual mythical realm, right? So yeah, I was going to look at this deck. Every little thing you do is Magic Tarot. We'll look at the Oracle of Pentacles first, and then the Sun and the Nine of Wands. Okay, I'm not going to read all of it. I just wanted to see like kind of what this says in here, right? Fertility abounds and abundance meets you with ease. This down-to-earth, grounded oracle is a magnet for a bountiful harvest. You may be experiencing a flux of material wealth, success, or love, but that doesn't give you permission to overindulge. Discern when to invest, when to spend, and when to be more conservative with your resources. And then it says to channel the vibe, sodalite, which is love, focus, and intuition. The mood music is Crowded Table by the High Woman. Make Sense, a bouquet of wild thyme, honeysuckle, and lemony geranium. Wow, I really like that. Okay. Yeah, abundance. Yeah, I forgot about that too. Like just abundance, right? The sun. Let's look at the sun. Yes. Wholeness, attainment, success shining upon you. You might be seeing the truth of a situation that you've previously been in the dark with. What does everything look like when it's bathed in light? You could be getting what you want. Make sure you're just not looking at the bright side of things. The sun holds the contradiction of gentle, life-giving warmth and the violence of a raging ball of fire. Consider your own opposing forces, and some may not understand, but which you know to be strengths. Don't forget that life would cease if the burning, explosive sun were to disappear. Keep fueling your inner fire. And so Channel the Vibe is turquoise with motivation, luck, and vitality. The mood music is Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. The sense is daisies on a sunny windowsill. Numerology 19, beginnings, ends, and cycles. And the Nine of Wands, the last part here. Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, you've been fighting so hard and you are tired. Traditionally, this card shows a wounded soldier leaning on their weapon, standing alone amongst the group of fighting tools. It's important we note that the weapons here are the wands. What inner fire can you conjure to finish the fight? Dig deep and bolster yourself for the final blows. You've got this. Use your wands well. And then Channel the Vibe is lithium quartz, holistic support, ease, nurturing. Oh, holistic support, ease, and nurturing. That's what lithium quartz does for you. The mood music is Super Bloom by Mr. Wives. And the make scent is amber. Amber, oh, I love the smell of amber and the look of amber and everything about it. So yeah, let's keep on going then. I just wanted to, oops, check that out. So other cards here, body, okay, this is ridiculous. Body temple, consider the foods you nourish your body with. I swear, sometimes this is amazing, mind-blowing sometimes when I realize that everything just lines up so nicely. It's not like I look at these beforehand. This is amazing. So yeah, you need to look at the foods that nourish your body. And maybe you're not eating as well as you should. Pluto with death. Ooh. Number 22. Ooh, there's a huge shift right now. So there's a death of the old, out goes the old, and with the new, there's something definitely that's being shaken up and shifted within your mind and body. Waning crescent with rest and the number 43. So we've got, let's see, numbers 76, 19, 30, 5, 22, and 43. Any of those might be of significance to you. And 64, of course, 64. So waning crescent, yeah, this is like talking about everything that we were talking about. Like this lady is in a bathtub full of water and she's just soaking. She's got her eyes closed. She's got the waning crescent in the background with the moon. Rest is essential during this time. Okay. Balanced forces, number 19. We got one more 19 here. And it's interesting because with Pluto, as you can see here, I'm just going to show you, you've got 2 snakes on the side of this thing here, like a open portal or something. And then you've got the little skull. And then on the Balanced Forces card, you've got another person in the center, but then it looks like 2 snakes or 2 serpents on each side of her, right? Just an interesting connection there. Because snakes represent transformation and healing on a very, very grand level. Okay, Balanced Forces. We've got the Portal Keeper with number 50. And there's a cat here. Again, another portal. A portal on Pluto and a portal here, the Portal Keeper. So there is massive transformation. I don't even know what you guys have been going through, but you've been going through it. And there's some benefit to what you've been going through because of the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun coming out. Yeah, but the Nine of Wands coming out says, like, you've been, having to bristle yourself up and, shake off the dust and keep going. A new earth. Look at that. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Okay, so keep going, right? But definitely rest and keep going. You can rest and, it's all about balance. That's why the Balanced Forces are here. There's a balance between like the light and the dark, between the water and the fire, right? But you're being asked to nourish your fire. Earth pulsing. So you got a new earth and then earth pulsing. Pulse of mother, slow down, time in nature. So keep going, but slow down. Slow it down to the point where you can actually like do your list of things to do without getting burned out, because I do feel like this level of burnout is not okay, but you still have to keep going, It's not like just stop altogether. That's not going to help. And I think like if you do shift your energy towards nourishing yourself, you're really going to notice a huge benefit in the weeks and months to come. Sisterhood of the Rose. Wow. Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. I do believe that this is you, and this is also the people who you connect with in your community, I think. The Sisterhood of the Rose. It's like you are either being asked to step into the teacher role, or you're being taught through this entire experience of like what it is to be a mystic, really. And because I'm talking to a group of people who are likely or have been likely on the spiritual path for some time, I'm not talking to people who are completely green. I do believe like on this channel, I tend to get people who have been already, really taking a liking to spirituality and finding the spirituality that represents their own understanding of it moving forward. Or again, it's just like spirituality is a return home, a return to the self, a return to the self. Community. Oh, and I just said Sisterhood of the Rose, and then we've got community here. So, wow. This is like just flowing so well today. Anyhow, community. Yeah. Connecting with those who are like-minded, people who can help you at this time. Yeah, there's a lot of potential for that. I am loved, solar plexus chakra. I think this is going to bring you closer to those who are more within your soul group or soul family as you continue to work on your own body and mind and spirituality. And you rest. Take the time to nourish yourself. Move your body to move your emotion. Look, you got 19 3 times. Okay, look at this. I gotta shift this over. I'm going to put it over here instead. But look, number 19, the sun. Then we've got number 19, balanced forces. And then we got 19, move your body to move your emotions. So 19, triple 19. There's something about that for sure. Maybe you guys had something happen when you were 19. I don't even know why I'm saying that, but it's coming up. So I will say that. And then maybe it's also just like trying to really hammer it in you that you're being awakened to the need to balance your body and emotions. Because if you do more to balance your body, then you will notice that it does help to move those emotions. And we were talking about the solar plexus really being congested at times. A lot of us have that issue. It's not just any one person. I really think like a lot of us have that problem, and it's easy to just get congested in that area. It's easy to get depleted in that area. And so usually the solar plexus is one of those places that I start, or one of the top places that I start when I do energy healing, because there's a lot of gunk that kind of comes up and out, you know? So it needs to be cleared and refilled and replenished, because that's the part as well. You can't just clear without replenishing yourself, right? So you can, I also think, because we've got the frog here, frog is to do with renewal, and jade, the stone jade, you may want to work with that. I'm actually hearing gua sha for you guys. So maybe working with gua sha on the face and the body, on the neck and shoulders, to kind of get the micro revascularization going in your body. So that, yeah, there's something about like the frog being a symbol of good luck and replenishment and nurturing the self. It you know, frogs love water and the rain, so there's something about nourishing oneself in water. Yeah. Huh. That is so interesting. Is there anything else that I wanted to say about this? So again, I see the number 23 in the mind. 23 might be of importance as well, but 19 for sure is of importance because it showed up 3 times here. You are here for the benefit of Earth, but you're also here to remember who and what you are. So that is a process. There's a huge shift right now for you in the days, weeks, and months to come. That's kind of rocking things, shaking things up, with Pluto being there and the sun becoming illumined to the things that have been going on over time. I do think that you're going to be led towards a community or group of people who are sisters of yours. I heard coven, I don't even know why. Sisters of yours, maybe they are Wiccans, I don't know. But that's just coming out, and maybe you're masculine or a man who's watching, and in that case, then it would be the brotherhood, you know, brotherhood, brothers. So I'm just looking through here. You know what? Baby and Stork in the Dumbo movie, extra sensitive to the noise with your ears, just reiterating that, because baby and stork usually means that there's a gift on the way, or there's a new life happening for you. And especially since it's an elephant has to do with, like, I'm thinking of Ganesh and the remover of obstacles with Ganesha. And noticing, you know, you are going to be extra sensitive to with your ears. So if that is happening, just try your best to do some sort of meditative practice where you sit and you listen, or you sit, you listen to music. You know, oh yeah, and that was a big thing too. Wasn't that part of it? Like music being a part of your life, the visuals of musical notes. Yeah. Okay. And the rainbow grids and rainbow came through here. So there was a lot actually that came through the channeled messages that really aligns with all these cards. Now, But the biggest thing for you is taking care of your body right now, moving your body and shifting your diet so that you get more protein and less sugar. So that's a big practical step that you can take after listening to this video. And you are going through a shift, so make sure that you take some time to rest and recuperate. Go and see an energy worker if you need to, or a healer of some sort to help clear that solar plexus chakra of yours. I do think that an energetic clearing would really benefit you, as well as a physical clearing, cleansing. Not anything that's too harsh on the body, because I think just doing things a little bit nicer to the body would be better than just a harsh detox. But detoxing the body is really important right now, for sure. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I really wish you the best of luck. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Go down to the comment section and let me know what resonated for you. And otherwise, I love you so much. Thank you, Jai Ma, and bye for now.